It's Sunday, August 9th, 2026. Time for another Fireside Chat with Dizzy. And there's our little fudgy puppy dog. And you can see my table and chairs have been moved. And the reason being, my daughter and her husband came over from Germany. And my son came up from Florida. So I was able to spend time with both of them this week. And on Thursday we had a cookout and decided to eat out here. It was hot but manageable, and though my son did complain that it was hotter in Jersey than it was in Florida, that we were going to light the fire and changed our mind. It's just too hot. I cooked ribs on the smoker. And I've been having problems with the smoker. I might need to have to figure out what's going on with it. I couldn't get it to light today. I was going to cook a steak and ended up pan frying it instead. Would have rather had it smoked. It would have tasted much better. But anyway, that's, like I said, they were up. And they did some work in the yard for me, which was appreciated. So let me see, what else did I do in the yard? I was able to do some more work along that fence line. I need to do some weeding in the garden. Hopefully that'll get done this week. Of course, I'm having a little bit of trouble doing anything like that because if you haven't watched the video about it, I broke the middle toe on this foot. And some days I can walk normally, some days I can't. Some days I can walk normally in the afternoon but not in the morning, so it is healing. Excuse me. So hopefully it won't be too much longer before it's healed up completely. I'm still taping it together to the toe next to it. Like I said, it is feeling better. This morning it was bothering me. Choir sang at church. Oh man, I've got a tickle in my throat. Choir sang at church, and I had to lean against the communion table because I could not stand solid on my left foot, and it was just bothering me to do that, and so I leaned against the communion table. So, but let me see. So that's happened with that. Chickens, I have 13 out of 14 hens laying now. The only one that's not laying is Marigold. She is still here. I was going to let her out this afternoon and I forgot. Other than attacking people, she does make a good mother. But since I don't want to take 4 broodies with me to Kentucky, I've pretty much decided which 2 that I'm going to be keeping. Olivia, because she doesn't attack me, and the one from the farm that had killed the 2 chicks. I just had to make sure that I don't try to add any chicks to her once she already has chicks. Even though she seemed like she had accepted chicks, apparently she didn't. She ended up with 2 live chicks, killed 2, and the other hen ended up with 6 chicks. So, but then the one that ended up with the 6 chicks, while she didn't attack Eddie, she was ready to get rid of her chicks actually before they were even 3 weeks old. She would be pacing and pacing alongside of the pen trying to get out, and if I did let him out, she wasn't really paying attention to her chicks. So out of the 2 of them, it looks like the one is actually turning out to be a better mother, so she'll be going with me to Kentucky when I finally move. So that's where I am with that. Farm. Since I couldn't do a lot of other things, I didn't even get my field cleaned this week. Every time that I was going to, it rained. And it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. It's going to depend on how wet it is in the morning. If it's really wet in the morning, I'll do it in the afternoon. If it's not that wet, then I'll do it in the morning. What I have been spending time doing is, there's a lot of spiny pigweed in the field. I have been working on getting rid of that. I have one fairly big area by the chicken pen, and then there's a small area that I discovered today. And once that's done, it'll be nice. I can't stand that spiny pigweed. Amazing thing is that I can pull it out with my bare hands. It's a matter of knowing how to grab it. This fire is trying to die down. It's like I don't know if I want to put any wood on it or not. But yeah, I never showed you guys this little thing, I don't think. This is actually used for inflating and deflating things, but okay, it's not wanting to work for me now. Great to use to get a fire going good. So yeah, I'm not going to add anything else to the fire. I'm just going to let it burn down. It is getting late and I still do need to go out to the farm, collect eggs and feed horses. Speaking of horses, I did not work with anybody this week. I wanted to, but I didn't want to risk it with my foot. But I think I'm at the point now where I am going to start working with Sarah tomorrow. And by the end of next week, if I can find somebody to be out there, I want to try to finally get on her. So she is easy to catch. She came without her shots. I've been trying to get a hold of the vet to get him out. Been having problems because it's not an emergency and it's fair season, and he was doing a lot of shots, paperwork, what have you, for the kids in the fair. And the only reason I was even able to get him out was because another horse at the farm colicked, and it's like, hey, you're coming out anyway, can you give her shots? So she has her shots. He thinks that she's older than the 12-13 years that they told me. He figures she's in her later teens, but she seems like a nice enough horse, and I'm looking forward to being able to ride her. So I think that's about it for me for this week. I'm just going to wait and let this get down to coals and maybe roast some marshmallows, make some s'mores, and I'll talk to you later.